Hello, Chelsea.
Hi, Jay.
Welcome to Last Stop Recovery. My name is Jay. My recovery date is August 15th, 2017.
And I'm Chelsea, and my clean date is February 13th, 2019.
Yeah, yeah. What do we got going on today, Chelsea?
I don't know, Jay. I'm,
It's our Friday episode, and this is the second Friday episode that we've done. And
and I come in hot every
yeah,
every Friday.
yeah. I don't know if it's obvious on camera, but I got a haircut the other day,
You did.
and she trimmed my. All right.
Welcome back to Last Stop Recovery.
Wait.
Disclaimer, Jay, these little microphones have this clicker.
Yeah, and it's like that soft little clicker, and it feels really good to click.
He clicks it the entire episode.
Sorry.
It won't happen next episode. But we always watch back at least 5 or 10 minutes to check the episode. And if you hear a very irritating clicking noise,
Yeah, it's like click, click, click. It's me clicking the damn mic. My bad.
so I'm so sorry about that. There's no way I'm going to be able to edit that out because you did not stop doing it. So
See you next week, folks.
we apologize.
Beard and my eyebrows and everything.
Oh, she trimmed your eyebrow?
Yeah, because they're like big and bushy. I don't know what happened. Like after like 35, my eyebrows started getting really bushy, and then I started getting like long nose hairs, and then like ear hairs,
Oh,
and
she did the whole.
she did the whole thing. But she went a little. Apparently, my beard trimmer, a number two on my beard trimmer at home, is a lot longer than her number two. So my beard's a lot shorter than it normally is, and it's okay because it grows back. But you know,
I
I
hear that about beards.
yeah. But I got home, and a shorter beard makes my neck hair look longer, and yeah, so I felt very vain and gross and hairy. Yeah,
I don't really know how to respond to that.
I just am like in awe at how much hair is coming around my face in my older age.
It's such a weird.
I know it's odd.
I think guys might be able to relate
Maybe,
to this.
maybe I don't know if that has anything to do with sobriety or anything, but maybe we should just jump into a post. What do you think?
Yeah, did you want me to do my hair thing? We'll
Oh
just do
yeah,
it
no,
now.
yes, yeah, because your hair is different. It's not as
Yeah.
blonde as it normally is. And
So,
I am so sorry. I have learned that from like a long time of living with other women. It's like I don't know. It's never like, do I comment on the hair or do I not comment on the hair?
um, it's
It
darker
yeah, it looks fine. It looks good.
because I tried to go lighter
Yeah.
as I typically do, but then I went and tanned, and I don't dye my roots because my hair so easily turns red.
Mm,
You've seen it at meetings when it's in a red.
yes.
So, um, I went outside and tanned, and when I came back in, my 13-year-old daughter, I took off like the hat that I had on, and she had like a look of there's a problem like
Uh-oh.
immediately, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing that." And then I was like, "Tanning? Like what? What?" And she was like, "No, your hair, it's it's red." And so then I freaked out,
Oh
and
my
that's
god.
that. Yeah. So then I had to go get what was supposed to be like they make. I know guys use it too. Is like the little like root hair dye that you
Yeah.
just do the roots. I did that and it made it more red.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so I dyed my hair like 4 times in like 4 hours. So this is what I am left with.
Oh, it looks good.
It,
I like it.
it will go back to blonde
Right.
the more I wash it.
Yeah.
My personality will just wash.
Just go back to blonde.
um, yeah. So that was an event. We had hair events this
Hair.
week. Fucking hair.
Fucking hair,
I,
man.
such a yeah. So I don't know if you guys have had a hair event.
Oh, hair. You know, like it's.
You were so fired up about the shaving thing too.
I am. It's so weird because I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like a beard is supposed to be this like manly thing, but
I
it
know girls, like guys with their beards are. You
yeah.
guys do it for each other. It's
But
like
I've had it short and I've had it extremely long, and
Mhm.
like the only thing that I remember about it when it was really long is like I had to put this like a ton of like
Oil.
oils and conditioners and all this stuff in it so that it would stay clean. And like I had to comb it. And then I was working on a car one day and it was running and my beard got caught in the belt and it like ripped out a bunch of my
Oh
beard
my
hair.
god.
So I was like, I'm never letting this beard grow long again because
That's
it hurt. So I've always kind of just kept it like a little bit bushier but shorter because I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, the shorter beard looks better or whatever, and I'm like, I agree, but there's some guys that can like do this like 5 o'clock shot, like this thick 5 o'clock shadow thing, and I'm like, oh, that would be awesome if I could do that, but
so much thought into
there's a
facial hair
yeah, there's a lot of thought into facial hair.
that I was so unaware of this.
It's like having like if I ever see a guy with a big long beard and it's especially like straight and smooth and like you know
Pretty.
pretty, it's like that man does a lot of work for that beard. And it's so funny too that it's considered this like hyper masculine thing to have a beard, but it's in my opinion it's really not the most masculine thing is a beard.
What would be the most masculine thing?
I think the most masculine thing would be to shave because that's just like I'm not taking care of all this hair. I'm shaving it all off.
I know, but some guys, the baby face thing is not a vibe
Right,
for them.
but some guys
That's
can really rock that just smooth face.
they have to have really good bone
Yeah,
structure.
it's like they have to have a chiseled face
Yeah,
almost. Like
chiseled
yeah,
jawline.
but like my face isn't very chiseled. Like as soon as I shave my beard, it's like oh, there's just this pudgy dude.
It's not. It's so mean to say to yourself.
I know.
It's like, don't talk to yourself that way.
Well, like my beard kind of defines my face, and then whenever I
It
don't have
gives it's like
yeah,
girls with
it's
contouring
like
their makeup.
the beard chisels my face.
All right.
Yeah. So, and you and I have talked about this before. I'm not a very manly
I think
man.
I am more manly than you
Yeah,
are.
right. Yeah. And
As weird as that sounds.
that's
You
weird.
are in touch with your feminine
I
side.
am. So, yeah, taking care of facial hair and stuff like that is
That should be your forte.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't know what to say to any of this.
Hey,
Good for you.
thank you.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with
No,
any drama with facial hair.
you just dye your hair, and that's
I dye my hair a lot
Yeah.
too. That's one thing. I get in weird moods. I think you've probably seen my hair every color: purple, pink, blue,
yeah.
red.
I can tell if this thing is recording.
If we
Hold
have
on.
to re-record about facial hair for another 10 minutes.
Oh,
It's not?
it is.
Oh.
My watch is frozen up, and this is definitely going to be a blooper. But like, I don't know.
Well, we can cut it. Like I can
Oh, or we're not tracking my cycle. Okay. All right.
Let's track your cycle. Do you want to compare cycles?
No.
We can FaceTime.
I think that's where you beat me on girliness is the cycle.
Oh, because I operate. Correct. You are correct. I mean, you don't want them.
No.
If you had them, I'd be concerned
No,
for
I
other
don't want
reasons.
that. Okay, I think we've riffed, and I think we've figured out some technical stuff.
Okay.
Why don't we look at
And
a
not talk
topic?
about beard hair and cycles.
What do we have? Because I was scrolling through the other day, and it looked like there was a
We're
couple.
trying to hold the microphones, by the way, to see if the sound
Yeah,
is better.
because my voice is very mumbly.
I think that it hits your shirt.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
I touch it.
Yeah, but this is all trial and error.
All right.
Um,
I
let's
think I
see.
did
Let's
okay.
do that one.
That or that
That.
6-month hangover free.
Yeah. Okay. This is off R Sober Curious. 6 months sober free. I joined this subreddit about 6 months ago after I binge drank at a friend's bachelorette party all weekend and woke up on the last day feeling ashamed, embarrassed, guilty, anxious, etc. And decided I was done. I took a whole month off alcohol after that. Since then, I haven't had more than 3 drinks in one night and drink far less often than I used to. I'm not at a point where I'll stop totally, but going half a year without a single hangover sure as shit feels good. Wow. I mean, that is, in my opinion, that's really good. I really wish after a bender or a weekend long bender, I could have been like, you know what, I really need to calm it down. But if this person can do that, then awesome. You know,
Yeah, I misread this because I thought it was 6 months sober, and it's just
it's
hangover
just hangover
free.
free.
So
Yeah,
I was like, well, if you're still drinking, honey, you're not sober.
right.
Um,
It's just hangover free.
um, I think that that's great.
Yeah,
Like in general,
because I, I
yeah.
I think
Like I certainly I don't think I ever took a month off. The only time that I took
mm-mm.
substantial time off was pregnant. So,
Yeah,
I mean, and a weird thing happens. You can be, at least for me, what happened was like when I got pregnant within the first like 2 weeks, like I had no desire for alcohol. It's like a weird, that was kind of my telltale with our son of like, I think that we got something going on because the thought of alcohol was like,
yeah,
ugh.
ugh.
So,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
remember realizing like the first year, because
uh,
like when we first got sober, I still felt like shit for a long
oh yeah,
time.
a very long time.
But then like when I got into like whatever month it was that I didn't experience like the emotional hangover, physical hangover,
Yeah,
I was like, damn, it like feels good to wake up.
yeah,
And that was like odd to
that's
me
nice.
because I was like, the last time I felt that way was probably in high school. And
Yeah.
then still in high school, there were days that I'd be like stealing my boyfriend at the time's mom's wine and like
Mm,
driving like the box wine
right.
in the back of the pantry.
The gross stuff.
Yeah, that white Zinfandel.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah, no, I mean, and I mean, that's a positive thing. There's no one way
it's not, yeah, it's
to get
definitely not
sober.
something that I could achieve
Yeah, and
during my drinking.
if in your own mind you can tell yourself, look, I can't do it that way anymore, but I'm not ready to quit. I'm gonna find out if I can just kind of control it. If you can, hey,
Yeah,
awesome.
more power to you if
More
you can
power to
control.
you.
I could never have 3 drinks and not go for that
Yeah,
fourth.
yeah.
Like, because I could never have one drink and not have a second.
I don't think any time in my drinking I ever just had one.
Yeah, like that joke that they say all the time. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
very good at math because.
Yeah.
So, I never just had one.
Never one. I don't think I ever like don't think I ever enjoy. Like, I think that's the whole point
I
of.
think I loved the second drink always more than I
Oh
loved the
man,
first.
yeah.
Because I love chasing the
And
dragon.
the third one was even better than the
And
second.
then the fourth.
Yeah,
So, yeah, good for her.
yeah. Congratulations.
Oh, I think that's a guy, actually.
Or good for this person. Well,
Good for human.
yeah. Well, they say a friend's bachelorette party, I would assume.
Yeah, but then look at the name.
Oh, cat daddy.
No, you're not supposed to. We're gonna have to delete that.
Cat person.
Cats.
I don't
Man.
know. Whatever. I didn't do the whole name. Anyway, let's go back. Let's choose. Let's see if we
Okay.
can find another one.
Do you want somebody that
Yeah.
Comma Club? That one?
I don't know. You pick one. Um. Well,
Sorry. Oh no, that one's so long.
too much.
Um,
Oh well. Let's see what haven't drank in 7 days.
it's gonna be.
How's this one feeling? All right. This is also off of Sober Curious. Today is the 1 week mark. I wouldn't say I have an issue with alcohol, but I have way too many people in my life that abuse alcohol. It really makes me want to be better, proud of myself. Um, yeah, proud of you too, man. I
Yeah.
mean, that is also another way to get sober. I mean, and think about drinking is if
Yeah.
other people in your life are having issues.
Yeah, if your environment
Yeah.
is like immersed in
But if
alcoholics.
also you can take some time away and realize that, hey, this isn't the life I want, then good job. Yeah,
Hell
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think these are really good.
I always find it fascinating that like Reddit, for example, or like on other recovery podcasts that like these people go on Reddit to get support because they clearly don't have any
Yeah.
in their life.
Right.
And I'm like, that's why it seems wild now.
Yeah.
But like when we got sober, I didn't have anybody either.
I think it's such a hard thing to do because honestly, drinking is just I don't think drinking is considered to be this huge problem.
Well, and they can't tell, like, if everybody around them abuses alcohol, you cannot tell alcoholics, like, hey, are you proud of me for not drinking for a week?
They're like, no, get fucked.
Like, no, you're
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Yeah, get away from me. You're ruining my bud.
Yeah, go over there.
No, and it really is because it's not to say anything because I was talking with a friend about this a while back ago, and it's like, I've noticed it just seems like alcohol is everywhere, and he's like, it's always been everywhere,
Yo, now it's in water.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I love those like the lemon sparkling waters or lemon lime.
Yeah, but now they make it with booze.
I know they make it with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
We got sober right before what is the one that everyone drinks?
White Claws, White
Yes,
Claws.
White Claws.
Yeah.
I got sober before that was a thing, before it immersed society.
I can tell you, I probably would have been like, and it's healthy.
I've heard it tastes like, do you remember Static, like TVs?
Yes.
The Static? Everyone's like, so if it's like grapefruit White Claw, it's like, tastes like the Static on the TV.
And then TV screen.
And I'm like, why would people drink so much? And then I realized that I drank cheap vodka.
Right,
so
yeah.
I don't know how I have so many opinions of what people are drinking.
I drank a beer mostly that assumed I didn't know what a cold beer was because it had a thing that turned a different color when it was cold. So
of course.
Yeah, the beer I drank thought I was stupid.
I was like, that was like a puzzle. I'm like, where are we going?
What is it? Huh?
I did that too, but I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it was like, oh, when they
mine was
blue.
Just like, this is so cheap you could go blind.
And you will.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fun times. Good thing we don't do that. This person, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I wish that they had, or I hope that they find, the longer they're away from booze, a support system.
Yeah, that's good too. Because Honestly, I don't know. I think there's, like when we go to meetings and stuff, there's this, there's a lot of talk about the younger generation getting into AA, and the wording of some of the literature that we use, and
Yeah.
it's old school stuff, and it's
I think it makes you remember it
yeah,
because it's
because it's
not.
so old.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like, if you really like diving into history, it's like, what the hell did that mean? Like,
Yeah.
Armistice Day had to do with World War I, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, these guys lived.
It was a different time.
Yeah, like,
But like you've talked about it before too, like it was a different time when the book was written
yeah,
and there were specific problems going
oh yeah.
on during that time. But there are specific problems going
Well,
on in our time
and
too.
it's honestly, it's one of those things. It's like, sometimes I think about that too. Like, alcohol has always kind of been an issue,
Yeah.
and I think and I don't know. This is probably conspiracy theory spouting
Let's
or
do
whatever,
it.
but I think it got to be such a problem back in the day. That's the reason that they did prohibition,
Yeah.
but it turned into such a bad thing that it's like, never mind.
These people love their
We're
alcohol
gonna
way too much.
unprohibit it. So just, yeah, whatever. You know.
Well, and the houses downtown, here in town, have the tunnels in the historic part of
Hmm.
this town.
Yeah.
They have the prohibition tunnels, which I would love to purchase a house in
Wouldn't that
downtown
be
and be
freaking
like,
cool?
hey, looky here, this goes
Yeah.
to the middle of Old Town.
Wendy and I always, like, for whatever reason, no matter where we're at, it's like the downtown, all the houses downtown, but especially here, like, it'd be really cool to have one.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, it definitely is a
Except
vibe.
the crime part.
Crime is,
That's not a vibe.
but hey, what do you like? Take one.
There's crime everywhere.
There is crime everywhere.
We have quite a bit, though.
Yeah, but I think my neighborhood, especially since we moved to
I was
this
going to
one,
say, not this neighborhood. This neighborhood
yeah,
does not.
yeah, the worst one we had was sometimes after the 4th of July, people will blow up fireworks till about the 7th.
Yeah, we talked about that at the pool party.
Yeah.
I was like, people think that July 4th is 14
Yeah.
days.
My neighbors want to let you know, happy 10th of
Happy
July.
fucking 4th. And 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
And 3rd.
I bought too
2nd.
many fireworks.
Yo, fireworks are so expensive too.
I just can't. Like that. That's the same thing as lighting your money on fire.
I love fireworks.
They're cool.
I don't want to spend my money on it, but I
don't
want to
buy them.
watch.
I'll watch them.
Not on the 5th and the 6th and the 7th and the 8th and the 9th and the 10th.
And nobody's like, people that record. I think that one can go away. Stop recording the fireworks show.
I watch a podcast that they do like a whole fireworks show.
Yeah.
The one that I showed you last week.
Really?
They do like a fucking fireworks show and like shut the streets down.
Okay.
And it's Bubba's favorite YouTube to watch.
Really?
Because they did like a 45-minute thing and there's like talking in the beginning and then someone there recorded it.
Huh.
And Bubba's obsessed with fireworks and he loves watching it.
Well,
so I realized when like my YouTube, that firework thing is on like the top of my screen. And then I was like, oh, it's because Bubba has my other phone and he's just watching their fireworks show over and over. But like they shut the fucking streets down. Like it's huge.
Well,
so that one would be cool.
Color me corrected. People do watch.
Color me. Bubba's really into it.
There you go. People do watch them. So continue. Record
Not here
away.
though.
Yeah.
Because it's super ghetto here.
Yeah.
And those aren't the shows that we get to see.
Right. And if fireworks go wrong, people burn down the desert.
Which happens every
all
year.
The time.
There's a fire in the mesas, and then they're like, "Oops,
sorry
about that.
Right.
I just got drunk again."
Quit.
Okay.
How about lesson learned? Let's see. All right. From the same thing, sober curious. I didn't drink alcohol for almost a year. I stopped after a random night out with an old friend. I got hammered, got into a verbal altercation with a stranger, and drove way over the limit. It made me rethink my relationship with alcohol. I recently started drinking again with the goal of being more mindful about it. It hasn't been working. I don't know if I meet the technical definition of alcoholic, but I do know this: alcohol is addictive, alcohol is dangerous, alcohol has more negatives than positives. For me, I think it's time for me to stop altogether. Again, I could use some support. Well, good news, there is a lot of support for people who feel exactly that way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a big deal. Um, Alcohol is addictive to some people.
To us.
Yeah, to people
We're
who
included.
yeah, to people who get addicted to alcohol.
Yeah.
You um, yeah, I think
I would have loved to get in a verbal altercation with a stranger and then drove and been like, I should rethink my
shouldn't
actions
do this. Yeah,
because that certainly did not
no,
happen for me.
yeah, it was more like
I actually just went home and drank more
yeah,
on all those types of
and it was
nights.
more like to hell with that person.
Yeah, altogether. Um,
Well,
I think that, you know, this track of
yeah,
thinking is super. Like, I think this whole, all of these, sober curious, this like fascinates me because I just was never curious about being sober. Not ever.
before I came in or before I quit in 2017, that was the most curious I had ever been in my whole drinking career about getting sober.
I was not even curious. I was just like, I am either going to dive headfirst into this and it's going to work,
Yeah.
or I'm going to accept the fact that I'm an alcoholic and drink myself to death.
Mm.
So it was definitely,
Yeah.
pun intended, last stop. Like,
Last
I was
stop.
just either going to die drunk
Yeah.
or somehow in some way get sober, which like I firmly did not even believe I could for a long time.
I didn't think I could. I didn't think I was going to. Like,
I was like, I'm not going to make it.
yeah.
And then there's a lot of people around me that had a couple more months, and I felt like they had 30 years if they had like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And most of them aren't around anymore.
I
And I was like, I will never get to where they're at, which is just wild now.
I know I felt that way about people that yeah, because whenever I started, there was people that had like 6 months, and I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
How the hell do you do that? And then there were other people that were like, well, I've got 15 years or 20 years or
Oh, they were just lying.
30 years, and I was like, bullshit.
You are so full of shit.
Who goes that long?
Except for not weekends and holidays.
Yeah, liar.
So funerals, weddings,
yeah,
the movie theater.
I was sure that they made chips up to a year, and that was it. But
I thought that you got like, you know who I'm talking about when I say this, but the necklace that has.
Yeah.
I thought that like everyone got that, and I was like, when do I get a necklace? And then like my medallion, like the gold one I used to have, was gifted to me for my 1 year from like one of my best little girlfriends. And then I got a new one and it broke.
Yeah.
But I have this. So
hey,
it doesn't have a medallion, but it's a fancy chain.
I like the chain.
Thanks.
Yeah. I remember I had posted my 30-day on like Facebook, and everybody was, whatever. It was mixed, but
Oh, good for you changing your life.
way to go. But like I remember somebody telling me, this is like working on yourself, and like doing that just is not a good look. So,
oh damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, fuck you, So
that's so rude.
It is very rude.
Were they a drinker?
No, it was somebody who was also sober.
They said that and they were sober?
Yeah, they were like, this is an anonymous thing, right? I was like,
oh, I
I
don't.
see people wearing that fucking thing around their neck. You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had my pendant on for 4 years.
Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal, and I think whatever it takes to help get and stay sober, hey, do it.
There's a lot of people, even like with our TikToks and our Facebook and our Instagram, that are like, you're going against like the program. And I'm like, I am sick of seeing people die
Yeah.
from this. So
Also,
like, I'll take the heat.
yeah,
If like you want to be mad at somebody for like being so loud about getting sober and
yeah,
changing my life, be mad at me.
yeah,
You're more than welcome.
and I don't care. So
Yeah, and there's so many people that like have hit me up on my journey that
yeah,
could have never guessed would hit me up with just
right,
like questions, and like, I have a family member going through this, and I'm more than happy to like answer any of their questions and like make the suggestions that
yeah,
people gave me, but then also give them the real advice of like,
yeah,
you can't get
and
anybody sober.
that's the whole thing. Is I feel like that's another thing about it is I I think, and this isn't dogging on any way to get sober. If you need to get sober, there's if someone needs to get sober, there's so many ways to do it. You know,
Sorry.
you can absolutely white knuckle it and just hang on for dear life.
And
I
you'll
don't,
meet people
yeah,
that still are.
I don't recommend it.
Oh, it's so
I
painful.
really recommend getting some help and getting a support system because I think that's the best way to do it.
You should do, if you go to a meeting, you should do what's suggested of you at the meeting,
Yeah,
because I spent a long time
not doing
shopping the
that.
steps like a menu,
Yeah,
and then like get a sponsor, get a book, write with pen and paper for your
yeah,
step work. I was like, I will do one of those things. And it just was,
yeah.
I made it so much harder for myself until I finally was in enough pain inside the rooms that I was willing to do whatever it took.
Whatever it took.
So,
Yeah, and I think that's a big that's a big revealer, and I see that on the face, especially of people that that come to some of the meetings and they have just gotten out of like a treatment center or
yeah,
something like that.
IOP.
It's yeah, like when you're I feel like when you're there, you have this support system and you are in it, sun up to sundown, and even when you're asleep, you're in that support system.
You're in a safe little
Yeah,
bubble,
and then
sober
whenever you
bubble.
go out all on your own, it's like now kind of comes this time to now you gotta make the friends. You're not being told what to read, you're just kind of reading.
Well, I feel like too, anybody coming out of incarceration, it would feel really
Yes.
similar, because
Yeah.
if you're not using, I mean, you definitely can use while you're inside, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like, once you get out, you have a whole set of friends that might have helped get you in there,
Yeah.
and then you just have to change like your environment, your playmates, like everybody. And
Yeah.
that's overwhelming to just be like, reevaluate everybody inside of your life and how it helps or hurts your addiction in the
Well,
direction that you're trying to head.
and it's such a it's such a big task to take on. Like all you have to do is change everything.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, just
Just
every
everything that you've
everything.
ever done or
And
thought.
to think about it, like going into it, it's terrifying. Because like
Yeah.
especially right at first, I heard people say that, like, "Oh yeah, all you got to do is change everything," and I'm like, "But what if I don't want to?"
I actually did not want to sign up for
But
that.
I like the things that I used to do, and it's like, yeah, but
They got you here.
yeah,
You're sitting at an AA meeting, sir.
yeah, you got there because of my decisions. So, yeah, and whether I wanted to or not, I did change everything. The
Yeah, like
yeah,
that's probably the thing I fought the most, is I was like, I will keep a sliver of
yeah,
myself. I wanted to hold on to that uniqueness so hard, because I was
yes.
like, no, but like, you understand, but you still don't understand.
And it's so funny too because I wanted to be unique and I wanted to rebel against this thing, but it's kind of like what we were talking about last week, like, or a couple days ago. It's like finally I get to be my actual, honest to God, true self,
I'm just not unique.
and I'm not like super unique, but like, I do stuff that's a little different. I'm not just like everybody, but you know, I get
You're,
to be,
you're different in like
yeah,
a good way.
I get
Like
to
it's
be
those are
who I
qualities.
actually am. I get to be the,
And you're in your feels and your feminine side.
yep, I get to try out all the different beard oils. Realize that I don't like the ones that smell like pine. Why do I want to smell like a tree?
I don't know. Some of like the men's fragrances, I don't understand why you guys got assigned like the earthy, like cedar. Like I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
chicks are like, I want to love up on some
Mm,
wood.
I,
Oh, that sounded. That's what I meant.
yeah.
That's no, like this. Oh my god.
Whoa.
I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut that.
I
um,
love a man that smells like a campfire.
no, but like there's like scents that are like stone.
Stone.
And I'm like, I don't know if chicks are like, yeah, rocks.
There's
Like
some of them that get me like, I don't know. There's
pine is also one of them. I should
pine
not have. I
pine
just
needles.
used.
I got it. I had to think about it. Like, oh yeah, oh wood. Ah, yeah.
So sorry.
No need to be sorry. But no, I think, the going back to that, what that person was saying is, you know, hey, I quit for a year, and good on them for being able to quit
Yeah,
for a year and then going back to it. But, having this thought of it's just not
it's a
good.
slippery slope. Like at least inside of my
Yeah.
mind of
But
just like
the other thing is at the end, they're like, it's alcohol is addictive, it's bad, it's the, and it's like, you know, that's a slippery slope to be thinking all those things.
well, it's also I don't know. Like you've relapsed, I've relapsed before. Not the very first time you drink during a relapse. Like some people drink and then they get their ass back to a meeting.
Yeah.
I didn't. But I do remember like a couple days into my relapse that I woke up and I was like, I hate feeling like this. Like I
Yeah.
did not like feeling intoxicated.
Yeah, it's awful.
So then I was like, I don't know what to do because I feel like I have to keep doing it
Hmm.
and I still can't stop, but I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the feeling anymore. So I don't know what that was. I think it was having 5 months before on a pink cloud that I was like, why do I want to go back to like turning all the shades down in the house and like hiding in my room from like society and everybody else and not getting shit done? Because I was so unproductive as a
Yeah.
drunk.
It's hard to get hammered with a head full of sobriety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact quote, but yes. There's an old quote that they say.
There's a ton of quotes.
There's so many quotes.
Yeah.
And if they irritate you, they probably won't in a couple of years.
And yeah, you'll just say them and you'll be like, oh, why am I
We're
that
gonna
person
love you
now?
until you learn to love
Just love
yourself.
yourself. No, I think and that's the other thing is, if you're thinking that you have a problem with alcohol,
You probably do.
you probably do. You know,
If you're anything like us, because
yeah.
normies just don't think about it.
No, people that go out and drink and then like they go, oh yeah, a couple times I've drank a little too much. It's like a couple times, like you can remember those times. Like,
Is there like a hand count?
it's like, well, I went on for years for me, but
Yeah.
that I think that's just a normal way to think. Unfortunately, in my brain just obsesses over something. So if I feel this sense of euphoria, that's like my brain goes, get more of that, get as much as you can, and we're gonna hang on to it for as long as we can, and we'll just focus on that. That's the way my brain obsesses over things like that.
Yeah, my brain still does that.
Yeah.
Like you put it too perfectly in
Yeah.
words. So it's just not about booze
Right.
anymore. That
Yeah. Mine is more like, I like we're talking about the seltzer waters or whatever, and I found one that I just love.
you love Liquid
I
Death.
freaking love it. I don't even know if we could say that, but
I think we
if we
can.
were ever to pick up a sponsor, hey,
Liquid Death, the lime one.
lime one, I love it. If anybody ever wants to, I don't know.
Sponsor us.
Yeah,
Yeah, you drank it on the first episode, and
yeah,
Wendy had
and
to
it
point out that it looked like a
it
tall
looks like
boy.
a big giant tall cat.
I know. I feel weird about it when I buy them for you because I'm like, it looks like I just bought a
Yeah,
big beer.
it's a very suggestive can, but
It's an aggressive, and it's
man,
water. Like
yeah, it's water.
you would never
I know.
guess.
Sometimes I grab one before I'm leaving, and I'm drinking it in the truck, and I'm like, I wonder if people see this
It
and think
looks a
I'm
lot like a
drinking a beer.
Mickey's.
But then when I used to grab a tall boy and drink a beer in the truck, I never give a shit if anybody saw that.
Well,
So
it's so good that you did not
yeah,
get busted.
more than I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that I drink a lot of shooters at red lights.
Hmm.
I would do like the like behind the
You
wheel.
know what? Every once in a while, I'll see somebody doing it in their car,
Well, I
and
just gave it away.
I'm like,
What is that woman doing?
I've seen, I'm like
Is
sitting
it
next to
Snow
somebody,
White or is it booze
and
or
obviously they're doing the same thing that I thought is like people don't pay attention to people, and it's like people pay attention to people all
Oh,
the
I
time.
know. I used to think
Yeah,
that when I was driving, I was like, no one is looking at
nobody
me.
looks,
And I look at everyone.
and honestly, people look at people. Like
Yeah.
if
People watching go to Walmart on a Sunday.
there's there's a Reddit thread of people of Walmart.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you've spent more time on Reddit
Oh
than I.
man, yeah, you can go down a rabbit hole on that one. But yeah, there's everything on Reddit. There's yeah. So
It's
if
like the
you
wordy version of TikTok.
and that's the other one about drug addiction or alcohol addiction or anything like that. Felt like I was being real smooth about it. Thought I was being real slick.
Did you like that secretive way of living though?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I was
That
like,
was like one of the things that I had to
yeah,
undo inside of my mind because there's something about me that I'm like,
I got it.
I loved being naughty.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was bad and I loved doing it and you not knowing. And then
Yeah.
when I got sober, I was like, everyone knew.
Yeah.
It was number one, it was naughty, but everyone knew.
I
It
was
was
always
no
like,
secret.
nobody in this Chili's knows that I'm already way drunk. I'm gonna order a ton of Presidente margaritas, and they don't even know I've already been drinking. And it's like I think they did.
They sure did.
Yep. They were just like, whatever, man.
Are you driving, sir?
Yeah.
You are?
Do you have
okay, well, you can still have it.
I'm gonna cut you off, but whatever.
Did you get cut off a lot? I didn't.
I
flirted my way out of cutoffs every chance I got.
It didn't happen that often, but there were times that I didn't hold it together as well as I should have.
Oh, so you were really not holding it
I was
together.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like like that. There's that point where you're like your hands don't work. Or you just whoop.
My hands were the problem. My legs were. Where
Oh.
I'd like be sitting or like sitting on like a bar stool somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm good. And then like I would stand up and I'd be like, oh shit. And so I'm clumsy on a really good day.
I wasn't a big like wobbler or a tripper, but when I got to a certain point, it was like my brain was just like, I can't control.
We don't know what we're doing anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, big fella. Can't control you anymore.
You overdid it again.
Yeah.
We can't process this much
Whoops.
so quickly.
Yeah, you've ingested a lot of poison tonight, sir.
Yeah, there was crawling times of my drinking. And I've heard other hard alcohol drinkers talk about that.
Yeah.
Where I, like my legs would not work, but like I didn't want to start shaking or throw up, and so I'd have to crawl like a little, which is weird to do when you have kids. Like
Yeah.
thankfully my kids don't remember that because those were like certain things that I was like, Kai's never gonna forget
Yeah,
because
please.
it's so embarrassing. But most of the time she'd be like, "You're just being weird, Mom.
That's Mom.
It's so weird."
She drinks her silly juice.
No, they would call it what was it, like hate water? Because I got to this point that like the kids will be kids and like it would be out and it looked like water.
Yeah.
And then like I would drink it and I would yell a
Just get
lot
mad.
more. And then like I would say like that's mommy's juice and stuff like I said so much shit that like as soon as I got sober, I felt so fucking bad because Kai would say like, "Is this the hate water? Is
Oh.
this mommy's juice?" And that was like my first year of those questions, and I was like, I have just ruined so many things.
I wasn't. I don't. I think I was happier, or like I just kind of let loose when I would drink, but it was my hangovers that were just miserable.
I couldn't do the hangovers.
Like,
That's why I kept
yeah,
drinking.
yeah. That's what I would end up doing is just drink this way because it was just this pounding, awful headache.
My
And
body would hurt really,
yeah.
which like made way more sense later, but like I physically was so sick. That's why a lot of people talk about like dope sick in general when you're
Yes.
getting off drugs. I'm like, it sounds exactly like I felt without booze.
Just hammered shit.
Yeah, so much grossness.
Oh,
my
yeah.
body.
And like
And the shakes and
the
sweats.
sweats.
And just not being able to think. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't get my brain to think.
Yeah.
Like it just like wouldn't process information.
So yeah, 6 months without a hangover.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think I am so happy that I have not had a hangover coming up on 7 years.
I know, I'm so proud of you because you're really coming up.
Yeah,
You're
on the 15th.
I know.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. I love it.
We should go eat.
We should.
Because that's what we're good at.
And we should go eat that night too.
Oh, you want to eat tonight? We can eat tonight.
Whatever.
Too. We can eat tonight and that night.
Celebrate life, baby. It's a
Friday. This is what we do on Fridays.
Right, yeah. As long as we're done by 9.
So you can go night.
So I can go see.
And I can go home and edit until 1 or 2.
Oh my god. I don't know how you say it. Like, I think that's so funny that you stay up that late. And like I really, really tried when I first started getting sober to stay up as late as I used to. And I was like, what am I doing? And I just finally started going to bed.
This week has been particularly awful for my sleep because I got my dogs this new food and we don't have a doggy door. So when the dogs have to go to the bathroom at night, I have to get up and take them out. Bubba stays up until 2.
Right.
But like Chewy and Zeus have had to go to the bathroom, and Duchess, they all have had to go to the bathroom like 2:30, 3, 3:30, 4, 4:30. So all week, every day I wake up, I'm like, today was probably the most delusional I was because I was like, I think I've gotten like 14 hours of sleep in 5 days. So this morning I was just like, I don't know who I am anymore or what's going on. And I just really need to sleep. And I didn't. But I will. My daughter goes back to school next week and Bubba will be back on a normal therapy schedule.
There you go.
And I have this option for like 3 of those days that I literally could go home, put pajamas back on, and like sleep. Get in bed.
Do it.
For like, and just cause.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
Just like people, have you seen those memes? It's like, you can go buy cake anytime. No one checks. Yeah. It doesn't have to be your birthday.
Yeah.
I was like, I can go home and sleep. This will be the first time both my kids have been at therapy since 2019, since I got sober.
Damn.
That's 5 years.
Yeah. Take your break, girl.
God damn. No wonder I'm so nuts.
Well, I think we've come to the end.
How long have we been?
We're at 48 minutes.
All right.
And I think we should keep these short.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
easier.
They're easier to edit, download.
We talked about some weird shit.
Yeah. I think this was a good Friday.
Welcome to our weirdness.
Yep. We'll see Sunday.
Yes, I will upload on Sunday. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the love and support.
See you in a couple days.
Bye.